Hi my fellow creatives, I'm Taslima from Taslima Maya Art. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm unboxing and reviewing something I've been super excited to try, the Resiners Cure Air resin curing machine and the new heat gun that promises faster and easier results. So if you love resin art as much as I do, you're going to want to see this. Do they actually deliver or is it just another gimmick? Stick around and I've got a full demo, honest review and some surprising results coming up. Let's test out the tools that claim to speed up curing, reduce bubbles and make resin crafting a lot easier. I'll be starting with unboxing of the Cure Air machine, then move on to the heat gun. Hi everyone and welcome back to Taslima Maya Art. I'm Taslima and if you're new here, this channel is all about creativity, colour and of course crafting with love. Today I'm super excited because we're unboxing and testing not one but two awesome tools from Resiners, their Cure Air curing machine and Resiners heat gun, and I'm so happy to be receiving these two products in the post. Really happy they're willing for me to test and take a look at these, and let's get them out of the box. Alright, let's start with the curing machine. This is the Cure Air and I have had a sneak peek inside, so I'm taking out some of the packaging. But what I can say is very well packaged, very secure, and there was styrofoam on this side as well, so I've got rid of that. But let's have a look. We've got the warranty card from Resiners, where art and tech meet. So it's a 12-month warranty to the product by the looks of it, so that's really good. And there's contact details on there as well. And then we've got the instruction manual. It's a very good first sign, isn't it? So have a quick look through there. So it's got controls, instructions, cleaning tips and other bits, and it's very clean and clear and crisp and simplistic in design, so you can really understand it. It looks pretty straightforward to me. Okay, so you can use it with the lid on and off depending on how big your mold is or how tall your mold is, and it's a good idea to use the molds and place it in there before you pour into them. That way it stops you from having to move them around when they're full and avoid spillage. So let's get it out of the box now. Ooh, look at this sleek design. I love the kind of matte finish to it, and it's surprisingly lightweight. I'm quite surprised how lightweight it is and how compact. Saying that, it does look powerful, so we'll see how it works. So we've got the machine unit itself, and let's see what the dimensions are roughly. So it's about 30 centimeters in length, which is about 12 inches by around 9 inches or 23 centimeters width, and depth wise with the lid on I'd say it's about 10 centimeters, or actually a bit higher with the top of the lid, so about 12 centimeters, 4.5 inches. So that's a nice size. It's quite compact like I said, but you can apparently use it with the lid off if you've got taller molds to put inside. For example, this frog mold would probably not fit with the lid on, no, because it's completely flush, isn't it? So that causes an issue. So we've got that. Just move this out of the way a minute so you can see. So yeah, this is what it looks like. I'm quite impressed really with the design of it. It's very nice to look at, nice aesthetic to it. It's really streamlined and well designed by the looks of it. We've got this bit here which you can remove, and it's got the power cord. The power cord seems extremely short though, so I would say for me that might be an issue, but I could place it really close to the power socket here. But for people who've got 1 or 2 power sockets and not close to where they work, it can be an issue. You can obviously get an extension and use it with an extension, but that's looking really short. But other than that, I really like it. So it's got the on and off button, so I'm sure it just switches on then off, and that's all it really does in terms of functionality. So it's pretty simple to use. We'll have a look to see when we plug it in. So here it is in situ, and I've plugged it in and it doesn't seem to be doing anything obviously, so you can take the lid off, place a mould inside, which I'll just very quickly do. And then we replace the lid, because I have a very shallow mould in there. It's not full obviously, but we're just doing a little test run. And we just turn that on and it goes red. And it's on. So I think it runs for around 2 hours. And it speeds up the curing time for your projects. And if you live in a country like the UK, as I do, where it's always wet and cold and windy, and there's a lot of moisture in the air, this is really good for that, because you can just get your projects done without worrying about them not curing, or not, you know, taking a long time to cure, or having the wrong environment for where you cure your projects. So it does have a timer and an auto shut off, so it seems really beginner friendly, which is amazing. I'm going to turn it off now, obviously. So if I lift it off, I can feel it's very warm inside. It started to get warm inside. So let's turn it off. It goes back to blue. Turned it off there. It's gone back to blue, and it should shut off in a moment. So I've been really lucky to use this machine in a number of my resin art projects since I received it from Resiners, and found that the Cure curing machine is amazing for quick curing small to medium projects such as jewellery, coasters, jars, bookmarks, keychains, keepsakes and much more. So if you're a small to medium business creating this type of product, I would say this is perfect for you. It's quiet, compact and speeds up your workflow, so there's lots of pros to this product. In terms of limitations, I'd say the short power cable might be one, but you can overcome that. Although it's super duper helpful for small to medium crafts and makes, I'd say that if you're regularly doing much wider or larger molds like large trays and such, then this machine may not be the right fit for you. So on screen you'll be seeing some of my own epoxy resin art projects that I've worked on using this curing machine, and it's honestly been a godsend. It's really sped up my curing time and kept dust off my pieces too, and made me feel a lot more comfortable knowing I'll get my resin makes that are fully cured and there's no stickiness or mess or any issues with them. And I also find that I worry less about the temperature and environment that they're curing in, so yep, it's been an absolute godsend for me. So next up is the Resiners heat gun. If you're working with resin or acrylic paint, this is one of those tools you'll use all the time, I imagine. So let's unbox it. Here we go. Let's get everything out of the box, shall we? Oh, we've got another warranty card there, so that's fabulous. Is there anything else left in there? Yep. Just trying to get the last. Okay, so we've got the manual. It's pretty straightforward. So we've got a couple of nozzles that we can attach to the heat gun, and they are so. And I think this would be really good for acrylic pouring as well. Oh, look at this one. It really directs that airflow to where you want it to go. So there's a lot more control when you're using it. That's really fabulous. And I think this is perfect for doing resin ocean art, you know. So when you're doing that pigment, the white pigment over the rest of the resin and blowing out those waves, this would be perfect, wouldn't it? And this one's good to make sure that the heat doesn't actually burn the resin, or you know, blow straight onto the resin. So that's another one as well. That's really good. So this is called a deflector nozzle and the reflector nozzle. Okay, using the reflector to heating shrink, using the deflector nozzle to make ocean waves in resin. Yeah, I was right. And the original nozzle obviously is one where you can. It says using the original nozzle, round nozzle, to remove bubbles. So we would use this to get rid of any bubbles in our resin. And it should be kept 2 inches away from the resin surface and moved fast. Otherwise, the mixing cups or molds may be deformed. That's fair enough. Okay, so let's have a look at the actual heat gun now. So we've got this. It's actually quite nice to look at, isn't it? Look at that. Aesthetically, it's quite pleasing. And in terms of usability as well, it's quite a nice size to hold, and also we've got the name of Resiners there. We've got this stand, so it's easy to kind of set down without burning anything, because I imagine a tip might get a bit hot. And we've got 2 speeds and an off button, so it will get pretty hot, I imagine. So that's pretty straightforward. The cord is really nice and long, which I love, because you know, you don't want that kind of traipsing all over your projects and everywhere. So that's quite nice and long, but you can, it's not too long either, so that's great. So far so good. So the things I like about it is that it's pretty lightweight but sturdy. It's a good weight. It comes with all attachments as well, and has got multiple settings, which I really like for different effects, especially for things like popping bubbles or adding cells to paint pours. Something I've struggled with other types of heat guns is that it's blowing the resin everywhere, which is just really difficult and not what you want. And I'm hoping to find out what kind of speed this goes at, so I'll do a test run using something maybe like a coaster mold and try and use this heat gun to pop the bubbles. So generally I use the heat gun to remove bubbles right after pouring, and it gives more control than a torch, I find. The heat gun seems designed with resin safety in mind. It's gentle enough not to scorch your work, but powerful enough to eliminate any bubbles. So it's pretty simple really. It blows hot air, kind of like a high-powered hairdryer, but without the strong airflow. And that's really important, especially when working with resin, because it helps smooth the resin gently without blowing it all over the place. There are 2 power settings to choose from, but just a quick safety tip: always keep your heat gun moving and never hold it too close to one spot, or you risk overheating the resin or even burning your surface. When making resin waves, I usually keep it about 2 to 3 inches above the resin, and it also helps blend the colours and create those lovely pretty effects you see in ocean pours or abstract pieces. By angling the heat gun or moving it in short bursts, I can manipulate the resin to create cells, lacing or marbled patterns. It's a lot about experimentation and flow. Once it got the look it wanted, I popped it into my Cure machine in a dust-free space. So I am very excited about using these products. Thank you so much to Maura from Resiners for sending me these lovely products to test, and I can't wait to get onto a new project to use both of them, maybe even some acrylic pouring as well as resin art. So if you're serious about resin art, or you're just getting started and want the right tools, I think these are definitely worth checking out. I'll leave the links in the description below if you want to learn more or grab your own. And don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want more resin tutorials, product reviews and any DIY inspiration. Thank you so much for watching. Stay creative and I'll see you in the next one. And don't forget, every Saturday at 1 PM EST, 6 PM BST or UK, we have the Creative Art Collective alongside a number of other fellow artists. So do join us on the train and the live chat. We hope to see you there. Bye for now.